Hey there, welcome back guys. This video is brought to you by the folks at the NOEVSBIG team. And special thanks to Aurora who sent us the Helping Magnetic Hands. Great for soldering. This is part one. Part two, we're going to be doing the Soldering for Beginners program. We'll be building the wireless digital ruler. Which work really cool. So you'll be able to take digital measurements with the electronic ruler that you will build with our soldering for beginners. But right now, today, we're going to be unboxing in part one the NOEVSBIG magnetic helping hands, which is great for soldering for beginners. If you want to work on your flight controller, which we have right over here, so we have a series of soldering videos, and then we work you into actually building your own drone. We have a beta FPV series for the Pavo Pico series where we've built a Pavo Pico from scratch. We've also built the Mobula 8 from scratch, soldering everything. And in this video, we'll take us down the line to perhaps building another drone. But before we do that, you want to get comfortable soldering and using the tools like soldering iron, helping hands, practice boards, and then building your own digital something that works. A lot of these digital things only cost $10 and $15. Whereas a flight controller will cost you, well, especially nowadays with tariffs, it can run you about $100. But thankfully, these digital builds are still cheap. Knowing that and moving forward, let's get started. Let's unbox this that the NOEVSBIG team sent to us and see what's in store for you. So it's going to move in a little bit more so we can get an idea of what we got. We always do first take unboxings. We don't put it back together and pretend we're going to do an unboxing experience that works right for you. No, we do it all in sort of real time so we can see what it's like out of the box. Oh wow, this is nice. This is going to be really simple. It's heavy. It weighs, weighs a bit, but you want it to be heavy because if you've seen me solder before, I've actually used clay to hold down my builds when working with flight controllers or other things that require them being held down. And this is going to be ideal because we're also going to be putting a GPS on the Pavo 25 version 2. So this will come in handy when soldering the GPS to the flight controller. This is nice, good packaging. This is the part I'm mainly interested in. Look at that. You can save that. We're not returning it. We're keeping it. Who knows? We might have a giveaway. This is nice. Look at that, how that goes on there. There's the magnetic part there. Oh, wow, look. So you could actually, I think I'm getting the idea of this. Some instructions, other things that you can get from the manufacturer because they don't just specialize in this. As you can see, they have the heat gun, which is great. We've used a little fan, like so you don't have to inhale all that the fumes, and other versions of their helping hands, and looks like it's a soldering gun. But we like ours, but some of the other things on there did look kind of interesting. It has instructions. Right, little pamphlet. Great graphics, I have to say. Magnetic soldering wire holder instruction manual. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward. This is really nice. Oh my god. So they move on the magnetic plate. This is awesome because it's hard to, it's like a bad game of Twister when you're soldering, when you're trying to solder here and then solder there and then do like there. If you've soldered, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But this is nice because look at that. You could maneuver it any which way. Looks like, because it's magnetic. This is really cool. Can't wait to get my hands on that. What is that? Oh, the magnets are here. Oh, this is really nice. Wow, thank you. Thank you, thank you. This will definitely be part of the channel and experience because we do solder a lot. And we do have other, wow, this just weighs down. This is nice. So I'm guessing that it's really self-explanatory. This would probably, let's see, bend back. See, it's flexible. So it can go anywhere on the board. This, oh my God. Yeah, I will leave a link to this in the description. This is a whole new game changer. any angle. Look at that. Wow, phenomenal. And where's our other kit? Well, the other kit's gonna stay over there for now. But this is, yeah, it's gonna be a total. Again, sometimes you have to, hold on, that crunchy sound is probably annoying. Wow. What's great about this is that normally regular helping hands, the hands are just stuck there. They're there forever. You know, but this, you could maneuver it like, oh, I want to put it there. I want to solder this. I want to do that. And look, they have really nice the rubber pads, which are great. My other ones have it too, but you want that. Oh my God, look. This. Oh, and these are better than the other one because they just move gently, like without, you know, putting force into it, but they will stay in any position on the from like 360. What is it, 360 or 3 what is it, like, yeah, no, 360. You have a 360 degree, so you can do 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, right? And then you do a 180, right? And you can do 260, 270, and then 360. Like literally, a lot of thought went into this. You can't do that with a lot of the helping hands, and I'm not just saying that because, you know, if it glitches out, we will share that experience too. But so far so good. This is what we got, and you can't really, you can, but then it just becomes loose, and you don't have that around the clock. And you know what happens is you push them down, and they sort of like retract back up, and it's hard to get that angle. These are good, but we went from good to freaking amazing and better because, like I said, being able to move the magnetic helping hand anywhere around the board. But let's put it to the test. Visually, this is great. And look, this bends back. You could tighten it with the key. I believe there was a key underneath I saw. Yeah. So if it's too loose, right? Let's say you want it to be a little more taut and tighter. Oh yeah, just tighten it. And then, you know, you'll still get that angle. But best part of all is you won't lose your parts. It'll just, this is amazing. I wonder if it, I'll have to look and see. It'd be nice if, I wonder if it comes bigger. But no, this is a good size for a flight controller. So if you're soldering, and we'll check out the other parts to the other build that we're going to build and see if those parts will actually fit on there too. We'll just tear that out, right? And we'll, let's see, we'll melt these off. It's fine, and we'll put them on another part of the board. Thankfully, my tip is all ready for you. Remember, always keep your tips tinned. I always tin my tips, have them ready to go before I go, so that when I plug them in, I'm good to go. You know, knowing that moving forward. Remember, always keep your tips tinned because that helps with the soldering process. Oh yeah, no need to put it on the table. Just put it right here. Look, and you can move that magnetically, and you don't have to use. Let's say maybe I don't need these, right? Maybe I don't want that. I need a little more real estate here, right? So that's fine. We got you covered. Wow, look at that. That is phenomenal. And it holds. And if you want it to be a little bit tighter, right, let's say, you know, because you're going to be touching it, like you could use this as like a way to hold it, but let's say that's too loose for you, right? So just bust these out. This one will definitely hold a tight fit, so you don't have to always use these, right? These can be on standby, but watch, look, soldering iron should be heating up. Wow, look, and these flip to any particular angle, so you can do this like this, right? And then hold it, flip it, turn it, hold it, and then voila. Now we just bust these out right here. This is great. We will be doing a lot of soldering videos. Still more builds to come. Let's see if this heated up. Nice. So this is going to reach its ideal temperature. Get some solder. Some flux. Where's our flux? Is down there, but we don't need it with this board. This is an amazing board. So now look, we can turn this around, right? Get the angle that we want and move this in like this and move that over like that, move this over like that, and then it's a lot of stuff happening on this board, but everything should work. We got one wire off, and then we got, wow, this is great, 2 wires off. We need to retin these, but we are golden. Wow, 3 wires off and 4 wires off. Nice, and nothing moved. Now we're going to retin these, but you could also use this. Look, check this out. Right? And then put your soldering iron down like this. And then we'll go here. Again, this is part 1, okay? Part 2, we're going to be building the digital ruler. All right, let's see. I need to retin these wires. We learned this from FPV Unknown, one of our viewers / subscribers, about tinning properly. Yeah, that'll work well. Yeah, it'll work all right. This one's good. They're all good except for probably the black one. See? What's great is that it holds the wires while you tin it. And imagine, oh, we need to use this thing right here. Get the, this is great. I love it. Thank you. Thank you, Aurora. This is amazing. Yeah, this one's all right. This is great because look, the wires are holding, right? And so now I can tin this a little bit. No, 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 no. Nice, that's tinned well enough. Just gonna clean this. I'm gonna need another one of these, but I'll make sure we put a new one out before we start that next new soldering video. Look at that. So now, look at that. It's already, this is like total whole. If you know me and you've been following me, I've been using clay. Even though I have these helping hands, I have this, and I didn't like using it. I was always using clay. I would take a piece of clay and stick it in. If you saw when we built the Pavo Picos, when we built the Mobula 8, when I was doing the flight controller, clay. I don't have to use clay anymore. This is a whole new game changer because I can basically put this at any angle. And look, the wires are holding right here. Wow, this is exactly what I needed to level up my game. So look, now we're going to go here. We're going to solder the wires, right? See? And you just figure out what angle works for you. And this is why we use the practice boards, because you want to practice soldering on a practice board before you do your flight controller. This is a simulated flight controller because when you, if you screw up, you only get 1 take on the flight controller. Whereas on the soldering practice board, you get, as many takes as it takes to get it right, but we need to put solder on some of the joints so that we could, nice, that's 1, 2. Hate when that happens. Yeah, I think everything else is good. Could have used flux, but we're fine. It's a good board. And now what we'll do is so these wires. There's a video I have that shows you how to build one of these. I'll leave that in the link of the description. So now we will put one wire. Whoops. One. Wow, this is nice. And then we have, whoops, don't touch other wires. You gotta be careful not to touch additional stuff. And then now we'll put another wire next to it. Oops. 2 wires. We're pretending it's a flight controller, but we're going to use this on one of the flight controllers when we solder the GPS onto it. This is just for practice. Wow, this is great. Look at that. Wow, and it weighs it down. Look, soldered to perfection. This is great. This one must be here. And maybe we will do one more wire, one spare wire. Actually, we can flip it over. Can we flip it? Oh, wow, that's so cool, because sometimes you solder like that. That is so cool. Look at that. You can put it at that angle. Look at that. You can put it at a 180-degree angle. See, straight up. And you can put it at like a 360. Well, not really 360, but you get the idea. This would be like 180. And then now, if we can flip it over, yeah, no, this is fine. If you know, if you want to flip it over, you would turn it around, but this works really well. So if I want to get that one right in there, except that one, maybe it's too much exposed. The less exposed, the better. And then now, if I can do like this, yeah, look at that. And you could do another angle if you want. I'm just experimenting with this. Whoops. Look at that. Got it like that. You can manipulate it. You know, most likely you would just flip it, right? You could do like that. Like, instead of doing what I just did, you can just do like this. Like, just put it like that, and then just turn it over, turn it around, and then flip it down. But either way, it doesn't matter. You know, like this, move this out of the way, slide it at, really, and then just do like that. See? You don't have to do what I just did, because this will do everything. Look at that. See? And if I want to solder, or yeah, let's try this one. Solder another piece of wire to here, see? I can do like that, turn it around. And then, of course, we'd probably have to clip this wire. Yeah. Oh, there we go. So that we can just solder what we need to on the board. I'll leave a link to these soldering practice boards, because they will come in handy if you're just starting out with soldering. Okay. And then I'll move this in a little bit so that you guys can see. Oops. There. Voila. See? Look at that. Maybe solder something here. This one we don't have to clip off. Let's try here. Sometimes it takes solder to melt solder. And then now the rest will melt. See? Again, sometimes you need more solder to melt solder, and that did the trick. This is great. As you can see, no more clay. And we will definitely use this on our next build. As you can see, our next build is going to be right here, the digital ruler. We'll move this over here so we can see what parts we'll actually be using on there. Oh yeah, this will definitely work well on here. This is it right here. It's an ultrasonic ranging. So definitely some parts will have to be soldered onto here. There's the board. Let's see, we'll have a peek at the board, and then, oh yeah. So this is going to be our part 2. We're going to be using that. This is great because, wow. Yeah, let's check it out. Do here. Pretty straightforward. Looks like all the pieces will go to where they need to go. Let's see if this will actually work magic. I want to burn them with this. This one, I don't think we'll need this one as of yet. And put this like this. See, look, it stretches out. So if we need to work on our board for our next build, oh yeah, we're definitely going to use this on the next build. Look, and it even goes. See, we'll have to go lower. Oh yeah, little buzzer, on-off switch, resistors will go there. Looks like these are capacitors, or it's hard to say, or resistors, or yeah, all these other switches and everything that will make this happen. Let me see what other components we have on here. We definitely have a buzzer. Let's see what we have. Just want to see the other components. Looks transistors. Okay, just don't recall. Oh no, they have 3 holes. Anyway, let's just look at the parts and see what we have here. Oh, we got some chips. Okay. Oh, nice. That works well. Oh, that's what those are. Okay, good. Yeah, these are the parts that we'll have to use when moving forward with the next soldering kit build. We'll have, oh, this is the casing. Ah, there we go. Just look at the parts. Battery operated. See, remember, this is going to be part 2. This is part 1, okay? Oh, so those are LEDs. Wow, that's so weird. I don't recall seeing the LEDs one, because usually, oh, probably marked on the other side. See, look at that. Amazing. See? Yeah. The diodes are set up differently, but usually you have the markings on the board. Where's the schematic? Usually there's a schematic. The schematic will tell you everything. Anyway, we'll figure it out as time goes by. This is great. I love this. Look at that. Magnetic helping hands. These are great. There's a link to them in the description down below, and we'll be using this in part 2. Amazing packaging, and really, really light, comes this big. Just phenomenal. Wrong box. There we go. The NOEVSBIG magnetic soldering helping hands. Gotta love it. Kind of neat, huh? Anyway, that's pretty much it. We'll keep you posted. Stay tuned for part 2, because we're going to build this ultrasonic DIY kit ranging tool. It'll give you digital measurements, and hopefully it works. But if it doesn't work, I will send it back. Hope this video helped you. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them down below, or ideas for other videos. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.